Yo, what's going on everybody over on One In Gaming? This is Crimson. Today what we are bringing you guys is another episode of Triple Week. This is the second episode, and this is the first Black Ops 2 triple throughout the week. I'm sure there will be probably one or two more gameplays just because 1N is pretty solid at getting Black Ops 2 gameplays. Not trying to be cocky or anything like that, but I'm sure most of you guys know anyways. But anyways, what you guys are watching today is actually a gameplay of my own. It is a triple nuclear with the FAL on Slums using that Afterlife camo, and I'm also using the blue dot, so it makes the gameplay that much better. But this is actually a flawless triple nuclear, so what I mean by that is the only time I died in this gameplay was to kill myself to go for that extra nuclear. Now I actually do get 3 deaths in this gameplay as opposed to the normal 2 that you would get if you were going for a triple, because obviously when you get a nuclear you die, then you get another, then you die, then you get the 3rd nuclear, but I had a potential chance to get the quad after I got my 3rd nuclear, so I killed myself, but I unfortunately didn't get it. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the gameplay, so if you guys do enjoy it, my links will be down in the description below. So let's get right into my commentary topic for today. So today, what I am going to be talking about is personally what I think makes a Call of Duty fun and what I plan on seeing in Black Ops 3. Now, I'm not going to be feeding you guys with like Black Ops 3 news and tips and anything like that. I'm just going to be talking about what I personally think makes a Call of Duty fun. So let's get right into it. So I'm going to be listing like all the things that I'm going to be talking about from most important to least important. So let's get right into it. So what I feel as if makes a Call of Duty really fun isn't really something that's kind of like implemented to the game. It's kind of just more mandatory, and that is good connection. Now, Call of Duty has always kind of had like something iffy with connection is the way I should put it, I suppose, just because obviously in Black Ops 2 you'd always get that fake 4-bar sometimes, and in MW3 you would get some random 3-bars at times, and just throughout all Call of Duties you would always get some shitty connection at times, and it would never have anything to do with you. It would always be having to do with something with the servers. But with Black Ops 3 I'm not really concerned, just because I feel as if the game is going to be purposely made for next-gen consoles. I still think that they're going to be making it for PS3 and Xbox 360, but that's not really concerned, just because obviously with PlayStation 4 and Xbox One the connections are going to be stronger, and if they do have dedicated servers then that's even better. So the connection is probably one of the most important things that makes Call of Duty fun. That's something that I hope to see in Black Ops 3, is obviously good connection. So moving on to the next one is good maps. Now, throughout most Call of Duties have had good maps, but I can use Call of Duty Ghosts as an example, and a reason why a lot of people didn't like Call of Duty Ghosts is not because the game was overall just a terrible game, but it's because the maps in the game weren't really the greatest. Now I can use MW3 as an example as well, because MW3 and Ghosts play kind of the same way. I mean, they're kind of basically similar games, except MW3 did something better, which was obviously great maps, and I feel as if Ghosts had better maps, such as MW3 did, then Ghosts would have been much more of a enjoyable game for a lot of people and much more of a successful game. So that's something that I'm hoping to see in Black Ops 3, obviously, is good maps. Now, I'm not concerned with the game having bad maps, just because if you look at the past 2 Treyarch Call of Duties, seeing as Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 had great maps, I'm not really concerned for Black Ops 3 having bad maps or anything like that. So moving on to the next one is good Killstreaks. Now, I can use Call of Duty Ghosts as another example of being kind of a boring game to some people, because the Killstreaks weren't really the greatest, and I can also factor in MW3 within this, just because obviously I said Ghosts and MW3 do play pretty similarly, and obviously they do. Now, one thing that MW3 did better once again is they had better Killstreaks. Now, in Ghosts, the only really thing that's fun about Ghosts is the Specialist is kind of decent. Other than that, Assault kind of sucks, and Support is pretty overpowered for noobs to abuse, such as Oracles and Ballistic Vests. And in MW3 you had pretty solid assault streaks, and the Specialist was just absolutely amazing. Support was kind of overpowered in MW3 as well, but you guys get the point that the kill streaks need to be pretty fun for Call of Duty to be enjoyable. Now, once again, I'm not concerned about Black Ops 3 having bad kill streaks, although I don't think the kill streaks are going to be as good as Black Ops 2 kill streaks were, just because the kill streaks did get leaked, and reading through them, they didn't really seem the greatest, but non-lethals are returning, the VSAT is returning, so if you're a non-lethal player, you should be excited for that. Like the VSAT, UAV, counter-UAV, and EMP systems are all returning, so I'm pretty excited for that. So that's another thing that keeps the Call of Duty enjoyable, is just good kill streaks. Now moving on to the next one. The next one is kind of odd, I suppose. A lot of people wouldn't really expect me to put this on here, but maybe some of you guys do expect me to put this on here, but that is good weapon balance. Now, Advanced Warfare really doesn't have the greatest weapon balance, and that's one of the reasons why I don't really enjoy the game as much as I could. Now, a lot of people have said throughout all the Call of Duties that there's always like 2 guns that just dominate the Call of Duties throughout, I guess, YouTube and competitive, and I can agree with that, but Advanced Warfare took it to a whole nother level of, I guess, having really shitty weapon variety. The only weapons that I feel as if are viable to use when I get on Advanced Warfare are weapons such as the AK-12, the HBR, the BAL, and the ASM-1, and that's really about it. The KF-5 is decent, and there's other weapons such as, I guess, the IMR and the ARX are alright, but most of the weapons in Advanced Warfare aren't really that great, and that's something that needs to be better and more improved in Black Ops 3. Now, I'm not really worried just because throughout all the other Call of Duties, there were a lot of great weapon variety. I mean, if you look at Ghost, there was the Honey Badger, the SC-2010, the FAD, the Remington, the MTAR, the Vector. You know, there was a ton. I can go on in Black Ops 2, where there was a lot more as well in Black Ops 2. There was pretty much every, like, assault rifle and SMG was viable except for, like, two, like the SWAT and the Shycom CQB, or however you pronounce it, I suppose, and even those weapons were still pretty viable, but I think you guys get the point. Advanced Warfare didn't really have the greatest weapon balance, and I feel as if that's a reason why a lot of people don't enjoy it as much as they could. And that's pretty much it, just basically what I think makes a Call of Duty fun. Basically those four simple things: connection, maps, killstreaks, and obviously weapon balance. Now, it's just that simple. I feel as if the developers kind of take the game to a certain extent, and they don't realize how simple it is to make a good Call of Duty. Now, obviously, there's other things that factor in, such as skill-based matchmaking, and I guess exo movements and stuff like that, but Treyarch already announced that skill-based matchmaking is making a return, but it's only making a return to the point where it was just as normal as Black Ops 2. It's going to be mainly based around connection and not around statistics like your kill-death ratio and your score per minute. And they did announce that obviously there's going to be certain advanced movements such as dashing and stuff like that, but I'm not really concerned. I see, like, a lot of people complaining about it, but once we get our hands on the game, I'm sure a lot of us will enjoy it. So that's pretty much it for the gameplay today and my commentary topic. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, and I'm out. Peace.